Newport, Maine is a postage stamp of some 3,000 residents in the center of the state. It sits on the shores of Sebastian Lake with the patriotic, blue-collar sensibilities that make small-town America so charming.
There's a fabric in our community of sticking together.
This is a rural Maine farming community. People work really hard for their living, and to have somebody rise above and put in that extra work, hit it on the national level as he did, is pretty impressive.
Flagg's basketball journey began right here at his childhood home in the center of town. This metal pole is all that remains from driveway hoop wars between a trio of brothers and a rotating tribe of teammates.
I got so many memories here, but a lot of fights, a lot of fist fights, yes. A lot of blood and tears.
It was a joy to walk into those walls and be around their family, though. I have such great memories having sleepovers here and playing basketball here and growing up with them.
So, Bob.
Yes?
You play horse against the high school kids around here?
Yeah, I play against most anybody.
What happens if they beat you?
They get a free tank of gas.
What happened when you played Cooper Flagg?
He got a free tank of gas.
Flagg played just 1 year in this gym at Nokomis Regional High School, delivering the only boys basketball state title in school history.
When did you guys know that Cooper was different?
In middle school, never seen anything like it.
We didn't have a game within 30 points, and he'd have 25, 10, and 10 every night.
He's just really good, and I really want to be like him someday.
I mean, he's a hell of a player. Obviously going to Duke, but it's clear as day, like, we're going to be playing against him in a few years, and he's on the right path to be, the guys that he probably look up to.
Yeah. Shorty's a real deal.
No, he is.
He's a real deal. Let's not.
Right.
The Dallas Mavericks need Cooper Flagg to be a star from day one, and I think he's ready for that.
Not running from no smoke, and he always steps up when in the biggest moments.
And every place he goes, his team gets better. They win, and that's what they need.
And she told me that Cooper has completely rewritten reality for kids all over this state. They're watching one of their own, one of them, achieve the ultimate dream of flying highest atop the NBA draft tonight, right now. Let's go!
You ever watch someone play and just know they're different? Not because of a crazy stat line, not because of flashy handles or a viral dunk, but because of the way they move, the way they see the game. Like they were born to do it? That was Cooper Flagg. Even before he had a jersey with his name on the back, he was making noise. He wasn't from some basketball hotbed. He was from Newport, Maine, a small town with fewer than 4,000 people, but with one of the biggest talents the sport has ever seen. Even in middle school, he was special. Tall? Sure. Athletic? No doubt. But it was the instincts that made people look twice. The rotations, the passing reads, the timing, things you don't teach at a camp, things you don't even expect at the college level. This kid had them in 8th grade, and when he got to Montverde Academy, a powerhouse stacked with D1 talent, he didn't just hold his own, he took over. You ever watch high school film and see a guy who looks like a pro already? That was Flagg, chasing down blocks like prime LeBron, running the break like a 6'9" 9-point forward, talking on defense, controlling tempo, making winning plays, not just highlight plays. It wasn't long before the country noticed. And then the world. The 2022 Peach Jam changed everything. Flagg didn't just compete with the best prospects in the country. He dominated them, blocking everything in sight, guarding positions 1 through 5, scoring from all 3 levels, and doing it with a calm, unshakable presence. He followed that up with Team USA, the U17 World Cup, and again, he wasn't just on the roster, he was the guy, all-tournament team. Gold medal, dominant two-way play against the top international competition. By the time he turned 16, every scout in America had him circled, not as a project, but as a potential franchise player. But here's the thing, Cooper Flagg's value isn't just in what he does with the ball, it's how he thinks the game, how he reads situations 2 steps ahead, how he talks to his teammates, how he stays level-headed, no matter the pressure. You ever notice how some guys just carry themselves different? That's Flagg. Laser-focused, mature, disciplined, always working. He's not chasing mixtape moments, he's chasing greatness. So when he reclassified into the class of 2024 and committed to Duke, it wasn't a surprise, it was a message. I'm ready. No waiting, no dodging the pressure, just walking into the fire. At Duke, he stepped into the spotlight, and somehow it felt like he belonged there. Right out the gate, he was impacting games on both ends. Blocks, boards, smart reads, high efficiency scoring, and not just against nobodies. against ranked teams, against future NBA players, in front of sold-out arenas packed with fans hoping to see a star collapse under pressure. But he didn't. He rose. That UNC game, he owned the moment. Big plays, big energy, and composure beyond his years. How many freshmen do you see calling switches, closing out on shooters, and then hitting a clutch three on the other end? He plays like someone who's already been there, like the game slowed down for him before it even started. And it makes you wonder, how does someone that young carry that much poise? How does a teenager block a shot, outlet pass, and trail the play for a putback, all within 10 seconds? It's not just athleticism, it's understanding, it's vision, control, feel. Off the court, he's just as composed. In interviews, he's not trying to sell a brand, he's just being himself. Honest, clear, focused, he listens, he studies, he learns. You talk to coaches, and they all say the same thing. He's coachable, he's obsessed with getting better, he leads without needing to be loud. Think about that for a second. How many 18 or 19-year-olds do you trust to lead your locker room on day one? Because that's who Cooper is. A leader, a tone setter, a franchise anchor, the kind of player you build your team around. Not just because of talent, but because of mentality. And now, he's on the doorstep of the NBA, projected as the #1 pick. But is he just another top draft pick? Or is he something more? A culture changer? A future face of the league? Cooper Flagg didn't stumble into this. He built it with sweat, with discipline, with purpose. And the scary part? He's just getting started. So you've seen the highlights, you've heard the hype. But now ask yourself, is he the next star or the next standard? The league's about to find out.
What has been the most special part of the night so far?
I think just hearing my name, hearing my name get called, sharing that moment with my mom, my dad, and my two brothers, that's a moment that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.